Consistency gets a whole lot easier when you realize that sometimes it's just about showing up. You know, when I go to the gym, I don't get upset if I wasn't able to push myself the hardest I've ever gone. It's not always about going the craziest you've ever gone in your life. Sometimes it's just about going there, showing up, making your presence known. You know, and who knows? You could tell yourself, man, I'm not feeling it today, I'm gonna skip. That day, you could have had one of your craziest workouts, but you didn't go, so now you would never know. That's why when I have the opportunity to do something, I do it, because number one, I don't know when that opportunity is going to come back or if it's going to come back. It's right here, right now. I have nothing to lose. Let's try. What do you have to lose by going to the gym as opposed to staying at home watching TV? What do you have to lose? That TV show's not going anywhere. It's going to be there when you get back. Hell, you could download your TV show to your phone, and then when you go to do your cardio, you can multitask. You can burn calories and watch your TV show at the same time. But long story short, it's not always about going the hardest you've ever gone. Sometimes it's just about showing up. When I go to the gym and when I don't have like the best workout in the world, I'm not upset. Because it's just about going as hard as you can in your current moment. You're not always gonna be in a physical or mental state to go the craziest you've ever gone. For example, if I go in for a leg day and I haven't eaten, then a part of me knows that, okay, maybe this isn't gonna be the most craziest high intensity leg day ever, but I'm gonna do my best to try. I'm gonna make it the most intense leg day ever for my physical condition in that moment, for my mental condition in that moment, but I'm not gonna beat myself up because it wasn't the best leg day in the world. It's not always about getting the best in the world. Sometimes it's just about getting the best in your current moment, the best in your current situation. Of course, there's days where, I walk into the gym and maybe I'm like, these weights are feeling heavy today. But I say, you know what? We're going to lift them anyway, because that's just what I do. I'm not going to be upset because I've been able to lift heavier. I'm not going to be upset because the gym or the weights are feeling a little heavier today. I'm actually gonna be excited. I'm gonna be happy for myself because I showed up. Even when maybe my body or my brain didn't want to. Because I know that in the process of going, I keep the consistency instilled in my brain. I turn my consistency into a habit by going even when I don't want to. Now, it's kind of a trick question because I always want to go to the gym. That's just who I am. But there's a lot of people, especially in the beginning. I didn't always love the gym. When I first started, of course I liked training, but there was days where I was like, should I call it? Should I take a rest day? And I'll tell you why I'm so sketchy about rest days. Why I rarely take them unless absolutely necessary. It's because in my teen years, when I used to try dieting over and over and over again and getting into health and fitness, I would always, every time I stopped going to the gym, it always started with a rest day. I would say, oh, you know what? I've been killing it. Let's take a rest day. let's chill out for today. Let's chill. Every time I did that one rest day all of a sudden turned into like 200 rest days. And then I'm off the wagon, I'm back to my old self. Nothing changed. And then when I finally figured it out, I was like, Dylan, every time you stopped in the past, it always started with a rest day. So I made myself very cautious of why, when, and how I take my rest days. You know, I'm not going to take a rest day just because it's Sunday. I'm not going to take a rest day just because I've gone to the gym 4 times in a row. No, I'm only going to take a rest day when I wake up and say it was legs today. Right now, my legs are still cooked. If today was leg day, then I would probably take a rest day. Because objectively, I know that it would not actually be beneficial for my legs or my body to go do squats or something. And that's how I think about everything in life. I tend to keep my thinking objective. That's why I always reference myself in third person, because it allows me to look at my current situation from the outside view. Have you ever been watching like a scary movie or like a thriller, and you're watching and you're like, oh my God, what are they doing? They're so stupid. There's a car right there, you know? You're like yelling at them. You're like, oh, what do you? Because to you, watching from that third person perspective, it's so clear what that person in that show should do. And that is exactly why I like to reference myself in third person. Why I constantly make third person references. Because it keeps me in the same perspective as when I'm watching a scary movie or a thriller. I get to look at myself all day and be like, no, Dylan, what are you doing? What are you doing? And since it's myself, I can actually make the changes required in order to succeed. Versus when you're watching that scary movie, a lot of times they miss the mark and, well, maybe they die, get captured, whatever. But in real life, when you do that, you get to edit the scene. You get to make whatever you want to happen. You just have to be able to see it first. You gotta zoom out. But that's all I have for today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, all right?